Hey everybody, it's your friend Jason Pound here answering the top questions asked by home sellers in today's real estate market. Today's question is simply, how do I respond to this offer on my house? And the only reason people Google that is they did not receive what they view to be a fair offer. In fact, the offer is probably much lower than they were expecting. And so the question is, how do I respond? And real quickly, you have to ask yourself a different question. If I lose this fish, if I lose this buyer, do I lose out? Can I afford to let this person walk, or can I actually execute this transaction? If you cannot afford to lose this fish, you only have one response: accept the offer and move on. However, in today's market, which is a buyer's market, buyers hold all the leverage. And for our buyers, we've been negotiating discounts. We've been negotiating closing costs paid by the seller. We've been negotiating repairs paid by the seller. We've been negotiating warranties paid by the seller. And a lot of times the home will be listed at a fair price, but the buyer smells blood in the water and they just want to see if they can get a better deal. And they're willing to pay a little bit more, but they just want to see first. So the last thing you should ever allow yourself to do if you're a seller is option number 4. This is just dumb. Never become so offended that you refuse to do business with that individual. If they're the last buyer on the earth, I'm not selling them my house. Don't become that person. That's dumb. You will not believe how many people get offended and will not respond to an offer, but it happens a lot in Oklahoma. Your second option is to decline the offer. That is also dumb. Do not decline an offer. The goal is to keep the conversation going. So in my mind, you have 2 options. Decline is not an option. Ghosting somebody is not an option. Your 2 options are to accept or to counter. You will not believe how many times in the past 3 months we have had a listing up. Somebody has come in and made a lowball offer at us, and rather than decline the offer and refuse to do business with them, and rather than ghost them and act like we never even received the offer, we drew up another document called a counter offer. And we countered at the same exact price that we had the property listed for. And guess what? They accepted it. They were just seeing if they could get a discount. Never end the conversation prematurely. Always make a counter, because if they really like the house, they also want to keep the conversation going. And finally, once we countered back and forth 4 or 5 times, we ended up under contract with an accepted offer. And we negotiated not around the price, but we negotiated around other terms inside of the contract, creating a win-win for both properties. And that is the goal of every real estate agent. It's not to win, but to create a win-win for everybody involved. My name's Jason Pound with Jericho Pound Realty Group, Keller Williams Mullinix. We cover the entire Oklahoma City metro area with hyperlocal specialty expertise in South Oklahoma City, Moore, and Norman. If we can ever be of service, don't hesitate to reach out. Peace out. Have a great life.